This was at University of Georgia, so I came across this book. I was doing a retreat from Jim Collins on this. Actually, he's trying to make the situation great, especially in business sectors. He started with business sectors, then he started developing strategies for social sectors, not social sectors, public sectors, where profit is not a big deal, right? If you're working in a public land-grant university, they are not profit-based, as opposed to a profit-based institution. So I started learning a little bit about how to become better and better employee or a better person. So some things mentioned in that, we all think fate or circumstances will favor us. No, actually, it comes from a very conscious choice. You choose to become good, okay? You choose to develop yourself and you choose to improve your capabilities and you try to become great, okay? And one of the things they mentioned to me is what you need is that professional will, you have to have that, and that personal humility, okay? So if you don't have that, then it's difficult to achieve, anything in your in your field. So this is what I take my work philosophy. Khalil Gibran, he was a poet and artist. He said, "Work is love made visible." I believe that. Okay. So I love to work, and then what we need to do is we all have to take an initiative. Okay, take an initiative, and you have to cooperate with others, your colleagues, your friends. It's a synergistic process. It's not just you alone. So you do that and don't try to blame others for whatever happens. And also if you try to sabotage somebody to achieve something, that is going to be very, very short-lived. So you make sure that you follow the rules, and then you can be successful. And then something I try to put in, I get from some of the books I read, and this is Buckminster Fuller. He is an architect and a scientist and a philosopher. He said, I believe this. If you want to change a person, how that person thinks, give it up. It's not going to work. You cannot do that. So what you should do is give them the tools for them to change, okay? Because otherwise it will be a disappointment. You go and talk to somebody, okay, this is how you should do it, this is how you should act. No, it's not going to work. So you give them the tools. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a couple of tools today, okay? So read these books, this is very good for your professional development. So one, Fifth Discipline, written by Peter Senge, and the other one, Conscious Business, written by Fred Kaufman. And you may think, oh, this is all related to business. No, it's about life. It will give you a lot of information about business, how you should be behaving in a professional setting. But these two books give a lot of information, a lot of advice how to live as a good human being. How to take care of your life. And how many of you have read this book? Lenin? Nobody. All the females sitting here, buy a copy and read it, okay? So this is written by, Sheryl Sandberg. Who is she? So you guys use Facebook, right? She is the CEO of Facebook.
Oh.
Okay. Zuckerberg, right? But you don't know her. That is a problem. Okay. So she wrote this book. This is for all the girls sitting here, females sitting here. So if you read this book, it will give you a lot of perspective about why we are not progressing as women. We are not in leadership positions. See how many students are here, like females. 90% of the students in this vet school are females. But how many of the females are in the leadership positions? Probably very few, right? So this book tells you why. So what she is trying to tell as females, we need to lean in. You know, we always, for example, if I'm offered a position of, for example, dean's position here, I'll probably sit back and I think, oh, am I qualified to do that? Do I have the experience to do that? So if somebody offers that position to my husband, he will say, yeah, I'll do it. And that is the difference she describes there between women and men. So women, we have to lean in. We have to lean in to get into these positions. Or, depending on your goals, okay? And then, so she talks a lot about, from her experience, but her circumstances are different. She is a rich CEO, okay? She has the education, she has everything, but she gives really good messages for all those females who wants to be successful as a professional, okay? So try to buy a copy of this book. I have copies if you want to borrow and try it, read it, please feel free to come to me, I'll give you. So some messages I learned from, the conscious business book. So these are the principles you follow. You make conscious attitudes, you develop that attitude. So one thing is unconditional responsibility, okay? Regardless, whatever happens, you are responsible. You don't play the blame game. Then, essential integrity. That is needed for your peace of mind. You can feel yourself as a good person. You feel good. If you keep that integrity, you always feel good about yourself. You develop that self-respect, and eventually you will be successful. I won't be saying in short time, but eventually you will be successful. And the other thing, everybody needs that humility. So it's not just that word, you have to have that humility when you deal with situations and communications. Always be clear, straightforward, okay? So this is what I tell students or anybody. So there are so many ways to touch your nose, okay? I can touch like that, I can touch like that, I can touch like that, right? So this is so much easier, so much clearer, straightforward. So always be clear, be brief, and communicate very, very clearly. And then when you involve in negotiation, be constructive, be constructive. Regardless whether it's a job negotiation or anything else, very constructive. Don't, be a bully or, tell them, I want this because I want this. Don't do that. And then coordination, impeccable coordination. And one thing I really find to master is, attain that emotional mastery. It's difficult, especially for women. We have to try really hard to get that emotional mastery. So these are the things I would say, we try to develop as human beings and workers. And the other thing, we need to take care of our health. It is very important, health is wealth. So try to read this article. It's a great article about medicine, and you have to be empowered. An empowered patient to take care of our health. Try to do that. Don't disregard your health. Okay. So then always try to acknowledge people. This is my teacher. Teacher in my vet school. She is a great geneticist. She is a role model for me. When at her young age, she got a scholarship from UK, went there, learned genetics, came back, and she is one. These cows, it's called veterinary cows. This is a small breed you see in India. So she decided to save the germplasm of this particular group, and she is propagating these cows. She is probably 70 now. She's still working, so always I really want to acknowledge her here. And don't miss out things you like, on a pet. It's serotonin. It's serotonin. You can see my face, how happy I am. So I go home, forget about everything happening here. These things make me happy. And this is my first grade teacher, okay? So whenever I think about her, I am very happy, okay? So I decided to go and find her last year. So last year I went home, I figured out where she was living, and when I went and met her, and she didn't recognize me. She saw me last time when I was 10, and I told her, I am Sree Kumari. She recognized me, and she asked me about my brother, she asked me about my sister. I was so happy, after all that years. So, try to do these things which makes you very happy. And then I like to say, okay, failure, it doesn't exist, okay? You find other ways to do things. Please think like that. And then I follow this, okay? Even if I have pains, I don't have to be one. Make sure that you do the same thing so that you can save a lot of pain on others, okay? So how do I figure out things? And I'm going to say that I apply principles of quantum physics. Are you going to believe that? I am kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not a physicist, I'm a microbiologist. But I look at this. How many of you guys recognize this? No? Okay. That's called Schrodinger's cat. He was a physicist. He explained about quantum mechanics. So in this case, if you know about this story, this has some radioactive decaying mechanism which will trigger a hammer which is placed in a box. That box is closed, and there is an imaginary cat in there, okay? So the cat, so what should happen when there is radioactive decay, it will trigger that hammer, and the hammer will break that cyanide bottle there, okay? So that's going to kill that cat. And the cat is in the box. It's in the box. But you don't know what's happening to that cat. It's either dead or it's alive. So you have to open up that, right? So you try to explore things. Don't keep that box open and make your conclusions or imaginations. So when I'm confused, when there are too much things, I think, oh, there is magic in everything. Okay? So I don't think it's true. Aeroplanes really have linear laws. Okay? We follow linear laws, otherwise we will be in trouble. So, but that is something, I feel solace, peace, then I think, oh, it's magic, that's okay. Then I feel really guilty.